Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, I greatly appreciate it. If anybody's interested in getting a Patreon subscription, you can go to patreon.com and look up Engelgeist. Over there, you can support the channel through a monthly subscription. It gets you the daily forecast a day early. There's also other special readings that are available only there on Patreon. So that's definitely a way that you can support the channel. For anybody else that wants to support the channel, please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live for like charmings and free card pulls and things like that. You can also follow my Instagram at Engelgeist333. I've recently just joined TikTok, but I don't know that I'm gonna produce TikTok videos. I just love watching them. I'm totally addicted. But I think that it's kind of funny that it's shown up in our world now while all this chaos is going on. So see it as how you will, but I see sort of TikTok as this weird blessing. Anyways, this is your Friday the 24th forecast for July. This is not necessarily set only for that date. It is for the highest good of the greater collective, therefore it could mean something to you at any point in time when you see it. So the message is therefore timeless. So if you see this on a date that's not the 24th of July, that doesn't mean you have to turn it off. You can certainly look at it, watch it, and see if it still offers you insight. I've even said in the past that you can go through all of my different readings and pick a date and just listen to that reading and see if there's a message in there for you. It's called Reading Roulette, people. Alright, so let's get into this and see what's going on. What do we need to know? What is the energy that's sort of lurking around us while we're watching this reading? We are building upon the energy of that. We had that Woman of Wands or Queen of Mother of Wands going into the Nine of Wands is the end of the week energy. So we should be hitting that Nine of Wands. It's still that sort of fiery action energy of the Wands, you know, the element of Wands. We also have that Dragon Spirit following with us, just as a reminder. We did have a little bit of a kerfuffle, I guess you could say, with that Five of Swords that showed up yesterday. A lot of air energy yesterday between the Five of Swords and, oh shit, our friend the Five of Pentacles is back. That Five of Swords and the Five of, not the Five of, sorry, I'm looking at this Five of Pentacles. The Five of Swords and that Nightingale energy yesterday. So we did have the double air feeding all of this fiery energy around us. I kind of get the sense that, especially looking at this Five of Pentacles and yesterday's Five of Swords, is that are some of us feeling, because I kind of sense that there's a lot of this fiery action-oriented Wands energy, right? That we might be getting frustrated with not being able to move forward. We might sort of see the plan, know the plan, feel the plan, whatever it may be, whatever stage you're in your own personal planning, right? There is this opportunity here. I definitely think that the Mother of Wands was about that, about the formulation of what is it that we desire and how do we go about getting there. And then we see this Nine of Wands energy plus the Mother of Wands. So we've got all of this like action-oriented energy of wanting to move forward and sort of do things. And then yesterday it just sort of all came to a stop with the energy of that Five of Swords. And we either started doubting or started fighting within ourselves or with others, trying to prove that. I feel like today with this Five of Pentacles, we have this experience where we're actually sort of feeling it on the material level. We're feeling it maybe in the physical body or seeing it reflected back to us in our environment. There might be a position of sort of lack or not enough, not being able to sort of withhold or withstand whatever it is that we want right now. I feel like I don't know if some of you guys are going through it, but I don't like to predict negatively, but I don't feel like this is sort of the best card, especially after that Five of Swords yesterday. We have this opportunity, right, to be in gratitude this week. That was sort of the underlying energy. So if any of us have slipped out of gratitude, which is okay, it's not the end of the world if you have, but if you have found that might be part of no, don't go after that spider. Arthur, no. Give it up. You're not jumping up on the windowsill. No. I'm sorry, guys. My cat's like looking like he's gonna go flying up the windowsill and knock everything off of it because there's a spider in the window outside. What I was saying, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Um, to me, I feel like we might be looking at things around us and feeling a little bit bleak, a little bit over, what's the word? Like, I don't want to say out of control, but it feels like it is out of our control. Like we don't have an opportunity to create whatever it is that we want. That's sort of the sense that I'm getting. Our environment or our situation might be bearing down on us a little bit, or the opportunity to change it doesn't necessarily feel like it's arrived yet. Does that make sense? The five always represents that idea of making like change or enacting some sort of change. So I think that we know that change needs to happen, especially at the physical or the material plane of our experience, right? That's this Pentacles energy. We might be struggling against the inability to create those changes right now. We might feel that we are, like, to me, this feels like we're a victim of our circumstances versus a manifester of our circumstances. I don't think, like, the beauty of this card is that the flower hasn't lost its color, even though it is drooping. So it seems to me like we might be down, but we're not out, is kind of the message that I get from this card. Similar to, like, the Five of Swords yesterday, there's a mental struggle, and we see that worm being split in half, but it's not really the end of the world. We need to remember that and stay focused on what we can be grateful for as we move forward through today. Change will come. That's kind of also the feeling that I get with this five, but we might have to be patient. We might have to remain positive. We might have to sort of stay focused on what we know to be true in the given moment. We may not like the truth, right? Some of us might be stuck or feeling, like we can't actually move in a direction that we choose to right now. That's okay, guys. I think that with patience and a little bit of sort of, I want to say self-care in a way, or sort of focus on the self, we will be able to weather whatever we feel like we're facing right now. Again, similar to yesterday's card, I don't feel like this is insurmountable energy. I just feel like in the moment, as we're living it, it feels a little bit like, I wouldn't even call this flower frustrated. I feel like we're just sort of like, oh, not again kind of energy. There is still color to the flower. There is still beauty, delicate, and strength. There's delicacy and strength in this rose, right? So again, I'm going to go back to this when we originally saw this card earlier in the month. Tend to this flower, guys. Tend to the flower that is you. Tend to the beauty that is within you. Harvest that. Cultivate that. Sort of really make yourself the focus right now. If you're feeling drained or low on energy, now would be a beautiful time to sort of cultivate some expression of self-care or love, and allow that to take root, right? Versus looking at the outside world around us and seeing why this isn't working or why that isn't working, and feeling sort of outside of our control, because things actually are okay. I really do believe that. All right, so the card that we have is Bat. Bat is again flying through the dark, similar to what we see this white or this rose surrounded by the darkness. Bat works on echolocation. I've talked about this before when we've seen Bat. He's guided by the moon or his intuition to me. Again, we have this element of air energy coupled with this earth energy of pentacles, and then this fire of the Nine of Wands underneath all of this. So how do I want to say this? What do I want to say here? There's a lot of reliance on our intuition right now. And there's a lot of sort of, I feel like we're sort of maybe lining up our intuition with our material experience, right? Or with our material desires. And through action, we create those things, right? We may not feel as though we can take the immediate action that we want to, and that's the sort of the sadness that I'm seeing in this Five of Pentacles, or the sort of I don't want to call it victimhood, but it does sort of feel like this rose is a victim to its circumstances. That requires us to kind of trust in ourselves, trust that intuition that we see here in the moon, utilizing echolocation to, we may not know the path, we may not know the road because it's dark around this flower, right? But we can sort of put our sonar out there, our intuition out there, and find our way through the night or through the darkness, through the frustration that we might be experiencing right now, or the hold back that we might be kind of feeling a little bit even depressed by for some of you. I'd be really interested in hearing from some of you if it is the case for you guys, because I don't know, that it's interesting to me that these have sort of veered to a place of a little bit of, I don't want to call it outright negative, because I think that in all actuality, this Five of Pentacles teaches us to take better care of ourselves in the end. And that actually feels very strong in the sense that if we trust ourselves at the intuitive level and we continue to fly forward, even if we don't necessarily see the path or feel that the path is even there, right? That's that Five of Pentacles. We will get there. We will make headway. We have to trust that, though. Okay. So here is the grounding stone for the day. This is dream. Now this isn't necessarily, dreams aren't necessarily always so grounded, right? They are the kind of ephemeral aspects of ourselves that usually aren't grounded, but that's the beauty of dreams, right? And so when we can ground in our dreams, it's that belief. To me, it's the trust that Bat has as it flies through the night and trusting its intuition. To me, it's the trust that this Five of Pentacles energy will change, that if we tend to ourselves and take care of our own well-being at this time, the darkness will subside at some point. That's where we have to remember, like, we can almost, I think we can almost assist the darkness subsiding, or the inability to move forward. We can change that through our dreams, through focusing on our dreams, through cultivating our dreams, through playing within them, playing within the energy of them, right? Grounding in them in the sense that maybe that might feel better than the present day reality, right? And it's okay to sort of escape into them a little bit. I don't even think that we're necessarily, it's not even an escape as much. I mean, it might be an escape from what's going on or where we feel like we can and cannot move. But Bat to me feels like he's flying out into the darkness, sort of into the dream, maybe creating it, right? Bringing back pieces and bits and bobs of it that make it all the more real for us moving forward. Let me read these cards to you really quick, and we will see. Five of Pentacles is sadness, worry, and illness. The Five of Pentacles is a card of hard times. It may come in the form of an illness, job loss, financial trouble, or rejection. Above all this, there will be worry. So much worry. This anxiety is counterproductive and damaging. You must find a way to quiet the mind during this difficult time. Rely on meditation or visualization to find peace. I think that's a rather extreme meaning to me. When I look at this rose, I feel like we might feel beleaguered, frustrated, but all hope is not lost. Let's just reiterate that. I do think that we want to focus on our dreams, or the opportunity of trusting ourselves and turning some of our love or care onto ourselves during this time, so that we can, change the path or the opportunities that we feel like we might be lacking on the path right now. Now let's go to Bat really quick and see what Bat has to say. I feel like we've had a lot of flying things this month. I mean, between all the spirit cards and then all the air signs, we've had like owl and nightingale and I think dragonfly and peacock. I think we've had almost all of the flying animals. I think even crow showed up, did he not? Hummingbird was here. I can't remember. Where the hell is Bat? Okay. So bad is darkness, letting go, death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns, no more lingering in the past. When in balance, the bat accepts, adapts, and adjusts. When out of balance, it refuses to let go, it reminisces. To bring into balance, and you would want to watch the sunrise. So to me, I feel like that's telling us maybe we need to kind of begin to move on, begin to trust our intuition, begin to believe in the dream, start to play in the dream. What is it that we desire? If we're not feeling like we can take that sort of first action step to getting there, don't worry, that doesn't necessarily matter to me, or I don't feel like it necessarily matters. I feel like it's an attempt to get ourselves out of this slump that we feel is in this Five of Pentacles, right? To counteract the slump that I feel that's in this Five of Pentacles, or the worry that might be in this Five of Pentacles, it is about this idea of dwelling in the dream, dwelling in possibility. What are the opportunities that are out there for us? And not necessarily knowing exactly how we get there, but just echolocating or flying out into the darkness and seeing the unseen as we go about our journey. That is what I see for today. I hope this makes sense. I'd be interested in knowing if it does. Please leave me a comment in the comment section so I can see which of you are maybe challenged right now. And I look forward to building upon this energy and seeing where this goes tomorrow. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, have a great day. I love you all. Try not to let too much get you down, and I will see you soon. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.